Let's go. Let's go. And let's go. Okay, let's go ahead and find our live right now. Oh, my fam. What a time we live in, huh? What a time we live in. That's working. Very good. Okay. Let me take a look at everything here. It should all be fine. Oh, my friend, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Okay, audio's looking well. Video's looking well. Chart is looking well. You know that I always try to prepare once I'm in my other office. Very good. How's it going, everybody? Okay, you got a poll right there in the chat. Guess what? Trump had this conversation earlier today, and we're gonna be listening to. He's gonna be somewhere in the Oval Office talking about FIFA. So yeah, nothing about XRP, but we know and we like, and we just come together as one. Everybody, we are seeing some major manipulation. It's bad, but it is what it is, and we're supposed to go with it. Guys, look at this. Look at this beauty. We got a chipotle burrito, guys. We're gonna devour it. So tell me what you're eating today. Yeah, God bless everybody here watching. Welcome. Drop a like, consider subscribing to the channel, turn on those notification bells. Oscar Live. And I want to go ahead and talk, but I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this. It's about 10 or so minutes long. It's not that long. Yeah, this was recorded earlier, and we're gonna be watching Trump at about 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. East speak. Okay, let's go.
Okay, everybody, we had a great weekend. From an economic standpoint, our prices are coming down very substantially on groceries and things. They're already at a much lower level than they were with the last administration. And we worked on it this weekend, and you're going to see some of the items that were a little bit higher. They were lower than the last administration, but a little bit higher. We're going to have some little price reductions, and in some cases, some pretty good ones. They used the affordability word. The affordability is much, much better with this. And again, I go to Walmart and other companies, and in every case, it's about 25%. That a meal, a Thanksgiving meal and surroundings are 25% lower than it was under the Biden administration. That's a big fact. And that comes from Walmart and others that do that. Okay? Any questions?
Any update on Venezuela, Mr. President? On Venezuela update?
No update on Venezuela.
With the designation of that cartel associated with Maduro, does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
Mr. President, Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
President, you said they want to talk. You said Venezuela wants to talk. What does that mean?
Venezuela would like to talk. What does it mean? You tell me. I don't know.
You want to talk to them?
I talk to anybody. I talk to you, right? I talk to anybody. We'll see what happens.
Green says her life could be at danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her. Okay, what about you?
Are you negotiating with lawmakers on health care ahead of a vote next month?
We're negotiating with lawmakers, and I've had personal talks with some Democrats. I can't tell you who they are. I just don't want to do that. It's not fair to them. About paying large amounts of dollars back to the people. You know, this was my idea. It came up during that. You know, oftentimes under times of stress, like the shutdown, you come up with great ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before. The insurance companies are making a fortune. Their stock is up over 1,000% over a short period of time. They are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, and they're not really putting it back, certainly not like they should. So when I see this, and when I've seen this over the last pretty short period of time, I said, why do we just pay this money directly to the people of our country and let them buy their own health insurance? And, you know, I made that statement, and I made it a little bit cavalierly, but it sounded good. And everybody has picked it up, including Democrats. And I am talking to some Democrats right now about doing that. People love it. We're going to take the money. Well, if it gets approved, we're going to take the money. We're going to pay it back to the people of our country to go out and buy health insurance. Now, they can put it in a health account. We can do it a lot of different ways. But they buy their own health insurance. They can negotiate price. And it's going to be locked so they can't go out and buy a Cadillac. They can go out and buy health insurance.
Is it time for Congress to move legislation that puts pressure on Russia and puts pressure on Putin?
Well, I hear they're doing that, and that's okay with me. They're passing legislation, or the Republicans are putting in legislation that very tough. It's sanctioning, et cetera, on any country doing business with Russia. They may add Iran to that, as you know. I suggested it. So any country that does business with Russia will be very severely sanctioned. We may add Iran to the formula, yeah.
Mr. President, Tucker Carlson recently had a friendly interview with anti-Semite Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson. What role do you think Tucker Carlson should play in the Republican Party and the conservative movement going forward?
Well, I found him to be good. I mean, he said good things about me over the years. I think he's good. We've had some good interviews. I did an interview with him. We had 300 million hits. You know that. Look, I can't tell him. Will you let me finish my statement? You are the worst. You're with Bloomberg, right? You are the worst. I don't know why they even have you. We've had some great interviews with Tucker Carlson, but you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him, people have to decide. Ultimately, people have to decide. The mayor of New York, I will say, would like to meet with us, and we'll work something out. But he would like to come to Washington and meet, and we'll work something out. We want to see everything work out well for New York.
You yourself had dinner with Nick Fuentes at Mar-a-Lago a few years ago. What role should he play in the conservative movement?
Well, I didn't know he was coming, and he was with, as you know, somebody, Kanye. And Kanye asked if he could have dinner, and he brought Nick. I didn't know Nick at the time. And he did. He came, and along with a few other people. He brought a few people with him. Meeting people, talking to people, like for somebody like Tucker, that's what they do. People are controversial. Some are, some aren't. I'm not controversial, so I like it that way.
In Venezuela, are you discussing options with Congress? Are you going to Congress to discuss potential options?
We like to keep Congress involved. I mean, we're stopping drug dealers and drugs from coming into our country. And I actually told Marco and some of the people, our Secretary of State is doing a great job, by the way. I said, go to Congress and let them know we're not letting drugs come through Mexico. We're not letting them come through Venezuela. And let Congress know about it. We don't have to get their approval, but I think letting them know is good. The only thing I don't want them to do is leak information that's very important and confidential and may put our military at risk, or whoever is doing, CIA, military, etc. But I did say, I said, go and see Congress, see the representatives that we're supposed to be seeing, and be open about it. if they say, we don't want you to stop drugs from coming into the country, I don't think that would be good. Yes.
Are any other countries committed to helping the U.S. with Venezuela, or is all our action still?
Yeah, we have great support because it's all about drugs. Well, in Venezuela's case, it's about drugs, and it's also about thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that they've released into our country. And some are gang members from Tren de Aragua. Some are many are drug dealers. Some are murderers. So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States. And we're getting it out. We're doing an amazing job. We have a strong border now. We have everything. Our country's doing so well. But what the Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. And the single worst thing they did is allow 20 or 25 million people to pour into our country. People from prisons, drug dealers, mental institutions, bad people, gang members, to allow that to happen to the United States, totally unchecked and unvetted, should never be forgotten. What they've done to our country is a very big thing. But we are correcting it. We have strong borders now. We have a great economy. The prices are coming down. The Democrats like to use the word affordability, but their affordability was terrible. The problem with the Democrats, they lie. They do it so well. They talk about affordability, but I'm the one that's getting the prices down. As an example, they had the highest inflation in the history of our country. I have it down now to a normal level, and it's going down further. Thank you very much, everybody.
That was the president earlier today. Everybody, welcome to every one of you to the conversation.
For the president's goal.
We're going to be hearing from Trump in just moments ago, just moments from now. So don't go anywhere, fam. It is the reality that as I woke up today, I updated you and I told you what's cooking, and well, we are seeing major pain on the streets right now. BTC, XRP, we had a pump and dump, and it was, just liquidating everybody. Shorts got liquidated, longs are getting liquidated. It's honestly not good. Let's listen to this.
The sentiment is brutal right now. Yeah. You have to be very, very honest about that.
Let's see, 125, could it go down to 60,000?
So mathematically, it is becoming less volatile. Just as a strict standard deviation calculation, it is becoming less volatile. You would expect that as you have a wider and deeper market. You have more different types of investors. Obviously, the ETFs have brought in a flood of retail. You have more institutions. Harvard Endowment announced they hold more Bitcoin than gold the other day. So mathematically, that's what you would expect. It doesn't feel that way, to be very honest, right? The sentiment is brutal right now, and you have to be very, very honest about that. Just like I'm sure, you're holding gold, you feel smart. You didn't feel so smart in 2008 when gold lost a third of its value.
For years and years and years, you just felt average.
You feel smart.
Yeah.
Right? So, as we've said many times on this show, trying to market time any volatile asset can get you in a lot of trouble. If you've systematically invested in Bitcoin over a 5-year period, you're up an extraordinary amount. Even year to date, while not great, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, while slightly negative, Ethereum's a little bit up. If you stake your assets, you can earn a higher yield. So you're still net positive. Solana's down materially for the year, 25%, year on year, 41%. However, we had the single best ETF launch of the year for a Solana ETF. So in these situations, I try to step back and ask myself, what has fundamentally changed since, let's say, late September, when everyone was incredibly bullish?
Oh, yes.
And the answer for me is nothing. Structurally, we're where we were, if not better. We have the Czech National Bank announcing a central bank Bitcoin purchase, the first Eurozone country to do that. You've got Citibank and JP Morgan announcing stablecoins that they're using to.
Thank you to Nathaniel and Andy for the donations. Appreciate you guys. I was eating some Chipotle and so much winning. I know, right?
To facilitate customer transactions. You've got Harvard Endowment's announcement. You have successful ETF launches. So it's a challenging environment currently, but in my house, we like apples. I don't like apples less when they're on sale. So if you like this asset, you should like it at a discount.
Everybody, I think that's one way of putting it. If you like XRP, you're here for crypto. We're here every single day, despite the price. Obviously, having a pumping price helps a lot, to add some value to the conversation and a reason to get in. But we believe the underlying fundamental, intrinsic value and what it really means, to be a holder of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. And we know this is the technology of the future, and asset managers that are rushing to get those ETFs confirm the desire. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Thomas J in the house, welcome, buddy. Thank you so much. Oscar, with Bitcoin fighting for above 92,000 and the amount of shorts entering, we could see a massive bullish move when 91K CME fills. And you are right. I've mentioned before, and I'll say it again, especially for Bitcoin. I have this for you. This is XRP at 215, but now everybody's taking a look at Bitcoin, and I show you how we're looking at 100,000 and 85,000, 84,000. So it's just the worst Pumptober, the worst moon member that I've seen in a while. I just have to say it, man. Like, it's bad, bro. It's like it shouldn't be so bearish, but it just happens to be according to how everything is playing out. But hey, that's the price that we have to pay sometimes, especially in our industry, right? With all the good news that we've received for the last couple of months. It just makes sense to go in. It makes sense to believe, but yeah, it oftentimes happens. And what we need to do is remain calm and not panic sell, right? And I just played this for you guys. It's Coinbase head of institutional strategy, and Coinbase here in the US, they're always looking for retail, right? They're always looking for people to go in and buy the dip. But now, where are they now, right? Well, those people are scratching, for some opportunity to buy and to see their momentum, their price go up. But it's not going that way as of this moment. CT today is obviously fun. CT today it's gonna be very, very negative, very, very negative. But the accumulation, now we're looking at 2024, 2026. But reality, 2025 was gonna be the beginning of that one, but it just kind of looks like the opportunity to grab one last dip before the next boom. Let's go to CoinMarket. I'll go to no, it's not showing me CoinGecko because of the firewall. And what is gonna be another one? Crypto.com prices. I think this one is gonna work here. This one may work. Yes, crypto.com is a good one. So we're gonna go ahead and reject. There you go, everybody. Now you're seeing it here on the screen. BTC is looking, everything's looking weak right now. Absolutely everything's looking weak.
To prevent you from these great assets.
Yeah. Right now, it's all waiting for time and waiting for Trump. Now, he is known for, starting late, and the nail in the coffin, everybody. The nail in the coffin on a terrible November right now. This guy pausing, and so far is winning and no change. So I guess all the good news weren't so effective, and we are expecting some Fed, some extra PTFs coming up very, very soon. But we have another major announcement, not only on Wednesday because it's gonna be the minutes, but also on December 10th. So Jerome Powell is gonna for sure let us know if if he thinks it's enough or no. Man, I'm just a little excited for what the opportunity will come. Right now, in the last 24-hour chart, BTC 92, 3,000, Ethereum under 3,000, XRP 2.14. It does feel like we're just approaching levels very slowly. We haven't seen major dumps. It's just walking and crawling slowly. Go to the daily on Bitcoin from $125,000 October 7. It's just a month of pain, right? A month plus of pain, and we're just missing this, and that's it. Could we go to a level, as I have my Fibonacci retracement at 50? What is this? This is 38%, if I'm not mistaken. That is 38% retracement. Yep, that 38% retracement goes all the way there. Let me go ahead and check. 38% retracement is gonna be at 84,000, and the 50% retracement is gonna be at $72,000. $72,000.
About moving away from our own.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So for those who are just arriving here, Trump is going to speak about FIFA, obviously nothing to do with crypto. And after that conversation, he's going to take some questions. He always likes to take some questions. And in those questions, I'm positive everybody's going to be asking about Epstein, China, Venezuela, the economy, and of course, what are the plans, especially with all of this scandal going on. Should be fun to see how he goes about that. The media right now is crazy to get some headlines out, so not everybody is paying attention to crypto. Plus, we do know about the $2,000 stimulus, the STEMI checks. And I know so many of you are excited for those stimulus checks, especially right now as we are getting some pretty awesome dips that I think people are going to be excited to buy the dip at these levels and, get some positions in. Why not? Just another opportunity. Now, look at this. Bitcoin dead. Like absolutely people getting smashed here. There you go. Wait a second. There you go. I'm going to call him later. Trump administration reviewing proposal to allow the IRS to access and what is this? Trump administration reviewing proposal to allow the IRS to access and tax Americans' foreign crypto account data. Oh, snap.
Winning, and you'll say, please, we're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
I had to, everybody. You know that every single time I have the chance, I have to play that. Just a reminder that it's just fun. It's just fun. Not much to do right now, but just to have a nice comedy show where we're just one fam going through this pain together, Gotta keep winning, fam. We gotta keep winning the battle. It's just there's no buying volume, bro. There's absolutely no buying right now. Zero. I mean, man, it's painful to watch. Let me add the volume right here. Have the other side too, and now, wow, look, guys, we're oversold officially. There it is. In the daily candle, daily time frame, we're at 28. Other side, we went from October, so from 126 to 92, we're officially oversold in the daily candle. Look at that. Would you take a look at that, everybody? Let me show you this right now. Look at this. What you're seeing on the screen to the left, sorry, to the left, it's gonna be the major reversal. Overbought October 6th, 72. Oversold November 17th, 29. That is, guys. Look, I know it feels like the end of the road for many people, but this is not totally bad per se. Why, Oscar? Well, I mean, come on. You wanted to find the bottom. Well, we are getting very, very close. So we are at the bottom, soon to be at the bottom. And by many metrics, by many metrics. It's really nice. That's Bitcoin. That is just Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this. Let's go to XRP. Yeah, XRP, it's also 214, bro. Let's get the relative strength indexed. Look, XRP is not yet at the oversold on the daily candle. BTC is already at the oversold, but XRP is not. Not bad. So this is what we're watching for, right? The cut. Wednesday should be fun too. See what's gonna happen with the decision. My man Zach Humphrey says, peak fear in the crypto market reminds me of April earlier this year, ended up being a great opportunity. Crypto market has deleted $1.1 trillion since October.
And we here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, if you are illegal and watching this network.
So, Tom Lee, let's take a look at what he said.
And personally, I think that we're pretty close to bottoming this week. What makes you stay bullish? Well, there's the story of building on Ethereum, and we know that there is a lot taking place. There are stablecoin creations. Larry Fink and BlackRock and Wall Street want to tokenize assets, bring stocks, bonds, real estate onto the blockchain, and they have to find a neutral 100% uptime blockchain. That's Ethereum. And that's the fundamental story. The price, of course, for Ethereum will fluctuate because crypto is hyper volatile. In fact, it's kind of it's sort of a feature of the blockchain itself. And I think we've been in a downtrend, unfortunately. A lot of folks are kind of questioning if we're in a 4-year cycle for Bitcoin. So we talk about that in the chairman's message we published this morning, that the most correlated factor to Bitcoin prices when you see it at Bitcoin at a peak actually is the ISM. So I think we're still in a correction phase of crypto. Crypto suffered from that liquidation event on October 10th, but because the fundamental story is intact and we crypto discounts the future, that's why it's volatile, but it still looks pretty attractive here. And personally, I think that we're pretty close to bottoming this week.
I just show you on the other side that we're oversold. Tom Lee and other people, we do agree that we're closer to the bottom. The bottom should be nearby. I mean, to get to the next peak of BTC and altcoins, right? We needed some correction. Well, altcoins haven't done much over a recovery. It's mostly probably going to be just Bitcoin and even XRP and Ethereum. It just comes to show that most of the liquidity has been concentrated on BTC.
Ethereum, because you've got this general market risk-off mentality. So what are some of the idiosyncratic elements that we should be thinking about as it pertains to Ethereum in the meantime?
Well, Ethereum kind of has several ways that it establishes a floor. One is that the value of all the assets locked onto the blockchain, and that number is growing. But historically, Ethereum bottoms when that ratio is about 50%. So I'd say we're pretty close to that level. That's why I think Ethereum probably is bottoming this week. But the other way to look at Ethereum is really its price ratio or even its network value ratio to Bitcoin. It currently sits at, this number is 0.032. the long-term average, like the 8-year average, if we were just to trade to that 8-year average, would put Ethereum at around 12,000. So I think Ethereum is undervalued because number one, the story is gaining relative to Bitcoin this year. But two, we're getting this sort of intrinsic floor because of the value that the assets locked onto the Ethereum blockchain.
All right. Tom.
He is still defending. He is still supporting. Tom Lee locked in and not giving up on Ethereum.
The Chicago Public Schools.
Right now, we still waiting on Trump to meet with the White House task force on the FIFA World Cup, guys. That's what we're here for. We listened a couple minutes ago, Trump speak earlier today, you know, as he was going back to, or like late yesterday, as he was going back to the White House. Now he's at the White House and he is going to be ready and locked in, ready to talk about the FIFA World Cup. And then after that, we're going to get some Q&A. I'm expecting Q&A. Satoshi needs to say something. Imagine. Satoshi. Now that's what we are missing. Oh no. Not Satoshi. Oh, that's the Bitcoin guy. Globally, there's 120 plus trillion in wealth inequities, 140 trillion in wealth in fixed income, 250 plus trillion of wealth in real estate. Wow, that's a lot of money. 100 plus trillion in M2 money and 30 trillion in gold. There's 1.9 trillion in Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 85, 95, 105, it's all the same thing. In any case, it's tiny. It has a long way to go, and access is just not opening up for hundreds of trillions of wealth to be able to buy it for the first time. Don't lose the forest for the trees. I love this. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. What you're seeing on the screen right now is does relate a little bit with Ripple, because we're here for tokenization and we're here for bringing payments, right? Cross-border payments, and we deal with M2 money, we deal with equities for sure. What is security? What's a commodity? I mean, we want to make sure that things are labeled the way it's right. So. I'm not saying that we're ever gonna get to 100 trillion in for Bitcoin market cap. I think that's too much for now. But 10 plus trillion for Bitcoin, I think I'm gonna see that in my lifetime. 10 plus trillion. Just give 1 trillion to XRP and we're gonna be golden. 1 trillion XRP, guys. That is $20 to $30 XRP. $20 to $30 XRP. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at $20 to $30. Or wait, is it 18? I believe it was 18. Yeah, it's just I don't have my website calculator that helps me with that. But you know, what is this? We have another good information right here. I'm gonna save this one, bookmark it. I'm gonna take some time once I go back home. The current situation, let's go back to the price. You're seeing the price. There you go. Oh, by the way, we got another super chat here just a couple minutes ago. Whew, man. 22nd November is a nothing burger. No clarity, no utility, no potty. Macroeconomics, terrible. Patience, fam. Thank you, Machi. Appreciate that a lot. Always good to have you here. Oh, man. And thanks, guys, for being here as well, ready to watch and listen and see what's out there. It's already 20 minutes after the time. I'm not surprised. 213, the price for XRP. Just to show you, this was 7 a.m., 6 a.m. today, and it's just a brand new week of more pain. Brand new week of pump and dump, and that's just the way that shorts are playing it right now. No one's buying. Not many people are buying, and the only one people are buying, it's the manipulators, the ones that can swing and sway the price whatever they want. So it's risky right now, and those who come in have a chance to make a lot of money, but also to lose a lot of money. What's up, God Street in the house? We got TJ too. Very nice to have you guys. Sell it now while you can. So I'm pretty positive people are selling their XRP, but I wouldn't really do that for me.
Job and do it now. And if not, let's get them out of office ASAP. And President Trump discussing even further the Epstein files with cut number 3, detailing.
This was yesterday. That was yesterday. Okay.
Release the Epstein files because we have.
Got it. Okay. We should be ready once they go live for the conversation. It's gonna take a while. I already know. Let me take a look at this. Want to see if we can have a quick insight to. No. Okay. Soon, maybe when I have an insight there. Should be fine. Let's go back here. Awesome. Bitcoin Maxi Pad. I know, right? Brand new week, brand new day of more of everything. And just yesterday, I was talking with some friends, and they were asking me, like, right now, as people know in real life, you know what you do, and once the price starts coming down, that's when you start getting all the stares saying, "Hey, you told me." It's gonna be a fascinating Thanksgiving dinner, huh? Fascinating one. I don't recall. The only one was last year. Fine. 2024, as we were ripping all the way to the moon. But you realize how just 1 year later, we are now facing some mega corrections, right? 1 year later. What Trump did now. Bitcoin to 88 tonight, so buckle up. We could go under 90,000 tonight by looking at how things are moving. Oh man, 92. Oof. No. This one, it's hurting a lot of people. Guys, we're looking at 92,000 approaching 91,000. We do 94,000 right here. This was today, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. Yeah, absolutely getting clapped bad. Know what you hold, 100%. Gerardo, what's up, buddy? Holding AMP token, still staking, bro. It's still there on Flexa Network. That's where my AMP is at. I'm not selling any XRP. I'm buying more. I'm investing what I'm willing to risk, but we're not going to lose. Patience is key. I mean, we're all gonna be fine. It's just we gotta withstand this big bottom. As we know right now, this is just survival. This is basically survival. Seeing which one will remain after this whole bloodshed. The bloodbath just stops. The U.S. is preparing for 2,000 stimulus checks. Japan is preparing for a 110 billion stimulus package. China approved a 1.4 trillion. Fed is officially ending QT. The U.S. issuing 1.9 trillion of treasuries per year. Canada restarting its quantitative easing program. Global M2 money supply is at a record 137 trillion, and global rate cuts are 320 plus over the last 24 months. Oh, we're gonna have some. 92 200. And we're gonna go back here. Alcons are just getting slaughtered right now, absolutely slaughtered. Alcons just draining all the last few millions that they have in market cap. They will go up, right? But I mean, now we have to catch up to break-even points, and those levels are. It's just gonna be hard for them to recover right now in Q4, as it's been a month and a half. Out of the 3 months, half of Q4 is been terrible, absolutely terrible. That's the data we have, not what we expected after all the good news. So it just comes to show that retail doesn't have any power right now. It's dead. There's no retail right now. There's no new people right now. There's absolutely nothing. Everything is controlled by the big holders, the ones who can and will continue dominating and being rich. Because they know, they're the ones who control things and make sure that the wave follows. What's up, Rob Loco in the house? What's good, Oscar Crow fam? Let's go. Very happy to see you here. The world economy and Nvidia is holding strong there. Let's do this. Bear market here. Hunter Bitwise. Somebody says, may I meet you to Sydney Sweeney? This is Eric Trump, and we're still waiting.
Epstein during a committee hearing. What say you, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, one of your members?
So, yep, they're still waiting for Trump later today. Just anytime right now, actually. Anytime. There are two indicators for the cycle to be over. 50 moving average was crossed, and end of the 4-year cycle. There are 20 why it's not over. Okay, 2 and 20 that we're still good to go. Government shutdown just ended, which pumped Bitcoin for 6 months straight last time. Man, I'm so ready. It kind of feels like it's just extreme manipulation where they dropped us from 100,000 all the way to 90, but we're still in the 90s. I mean, I understand we are all excited to see under 90,000 Bitcoin, but we're holding the line a little bit okay. And after the shutdown, we still are missing some recovery that's due with the two cuts, the 25-25. It's not enough for sure. It's not enough. Wonder if that QT ending is gonna really impact once it happens. Absolutely no green. I mean, where it matters every single time is just these are liquidation. What happens here is, shorts can just liquidate their positions, make some money, and then they pump it back up, let some people follow, and then crash it again.
Presidential candidate Donald Trump insisting the convicted pedophile could.
Oh boy, these people at Right Side Broadcasting Network, they go in, bro. They go in, dropping all the names. Oh, by the way, Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin. 6 hours ago, Strategy has acquired 8,000 Bitcoin for $835 million at 102,000 per Bitcoin. As of November 16, $48.3 billion. And the average price is $74,000. $74,000, wow. So everybody, huddle. That's what he's saying. Huddle the line. Retail is dumping fast. It's honestly just people giving up right now and selling their bags. We're still holding a pretty nice position at 90s and $2 XRP. It's not terrible. If we were like at close to 150 and low 80s, oh yeah, that's bad. Very, very bad. But we're still like not as bad as people think. But because it's just been red over the last couple of days, it sentiment is it's trash right now. Absolute trash. Bitcoin drops below 90 for the first time since April 2025, but it's okay. Volatility is the fee for the upside, and we paid it before. It's true. Check this out, guys, right on the screen. 2017 bull market, average pullback 32%. 2021 bull market, average pullback 24%. 2025 bull market, average pullback 25%. I like this one. But gives you perspective. You need that perspective. Gives you good perspective as to what has happened. Look at some 40% pullbacks, 40, and this is Bitcoin, of course. There's so many times you can buy the dip on a falling knife. What's up, Wacha? Nice to have you here.
As we are awaiting President Trump to meet with the White House task force on the FIFA World Cup. And a big focus in the news has been the country of Nigeria and the Christian genocide taking place there.
So, yep, still waiting on that one. He is being late about an hour sometimes, which, I mean, it's pathetic, but it is what it is. Not much to do. He's the president. He can do whatever he wants. Most won't survive this next phase of the market cycle. Those with a strong mind and patience will come out on the top. May I meet you from a 6'3" hedge fund billionaire versus may I meet you from a 5'8" junior banker clearing 160K total compensation. Man, I mean, just the way it is.
95% of all Bitcoin's been mined, but 95% of the world doesn't own Bitcoin. So I just think that there's still a huge demand versus supply imbalance, meaning there's a lot more potential buyers of Bitcoin over the next 10 years. And so I think there's a lot of upside into year end.
Into your 150 target.
Yeah, 150, maybe 200, even 250 this year.
What? 150 to 200 to even 250. And what's you don't have a terminal price on that, do you?
Well, it's, I think at a minimum, it should have the same network value as gold. Mm-hmm. And if you look at above ground gold, it's probably 23 trillion. So that would be, 1.2 million for Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin is more valuable than gold. So, Bitcoin could be 2 million, 3 million long term. Even higher. 95% of all Bitcoin demand.
I'm Night. Thanks so much for the kind donation, buddy. Appreciate it a lot. Under 92,000 officially, guys. Heading to 91,000 right now. Heading to the 91,000 right now. Breaking everybody. $91,000 BTC. And I was like, most XRP holders right now. Now, this is a Mexican phrase. Not many people are going to get it. Some people, a lot of people get it, right? But what this means is just, in English will be, please stop it. in a funny way, crying way. Stop it. Like the Michael Jordan ad, right? Where he says, "Stop it." Well, this is kind of like the equivalent. 91,000, 92,000. Everybody, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, but we're here, locked in. Stop it. Get help. Get some help. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. That one. Oh, look. The one and only.
Are you still confident in that $1 million target for Bitcoin?
Yes, actually, the more uncertainty and volatility there is in the global economies, the more our confidence increases in Bitcoin. And one of the reasons is we've just been through an inflationary scare. We think it was very much supply chain driven. And Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation.
Help us. 91,970. The reason why you're seeing, guys, listen. The reason why you're seeing some green right here in the 5 minutes is because once we hit some new lows, there's liquidations, massive liquidations happen. Price goes usually high and then it starts going down again. $91,000. There's a lot of people. I mean, I don't want to even take a look at this, but I have to.
What was the new oak at the time in the 1950s?
Okay, liquidations. It has to be above 1 billion. It has to be. No? Wow, it's not above 1 billion. Wow. Okay, it might soon be above 1 billion. Crazy stuff. 80% chance Bitcoin drops below $90,000. Oh boy. 80% chance. Someone saying the Bitcoin bull cycle is over, expecting 6 to 12 months of bearish or sideways price action. Look at this beauty. Oh, cute. CT is the best. Coming at him now. They're already coming. All the bulls. All the Solana memes.
In these situations, I try to step back and ask myself, what has fundamentally changed since, let's say, late September, when everyone was incredibly bullish? And the answer for me is nothing. Structurally, we're where we were, if not better. We have
planets.
The Czech National Bank announcing a central bank Bitcoin purchase, the first Eurozone country to do that. You've got Citibank and JP Morgan announcing stablecoins that they're using.
The thing is that all those phenomenal, amazing news, all those incredible, phenomenal, amazing news that anybody will go crazy back in 2021. Guys, we need this. We need this right on top. That's what we need. Oh, yes. That is going to be making a lot of people pretty happy. That I can tell you. Crypto crash has been looked at today a lot. Crypto crash explain. Now, I mean, today it went from 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. They don't know I used to be a crypto millionaire. Total crypto market cap. touch grass. Man. So Trump, yet again late. Trump, yet again late. Yeah, of course, because this FIFA stuff is not that important. Sigan vendiendo. What's up, football? Happy to see you, buddy, and welcome. It just happens. Ah, man, I gotta stretch a little bit. We gotta stretch because, man. Let me see the White House. If they're not live, oh yeah, yay! It's coming. Yay! It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. How many? For how long they've been live? Oh, okay. It's coming now. It's coming now. It's coming now. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Yay! Okay, good stuff. Ah, very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, nice.
Church hierarchy.
Let's go ahead and refresh this. Okay, good, guys.
Is what he's faced.
I know it's been a long time waiting, right? But FYI, drop a like, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel. Oscar here. Yesterday, we had a beautiful Sunday night live with a lot of people. And, well, we're here back at it again. And let's see what the latest is happening for this administration, man. It's crazy. Pretty crazy. Oh, yeah, Vegas is happening too, right? Vegas F1. For those who like F1, Vegas is coming up soon. Don't you know, dump it up. You got to dump it up. And don't you know, dump it up. Let me see if they have an inside look at the Associated Press. Yay. So they already have an inside look at the Associated Press. Good. I'll go back to RSBN soon. Oscar Trump foster child? I don't think so, bro. I already can confirm I'm not. They're already ready out there. Oh, guys, look at what I have. Look at what I have. I got some delicious pineapple. And I have some delicious tajin. It's gonna be bomb right now. I'm gonna eat this while we're watching. I'm just gonna have the best time in my lifetime with this. They're just waiting to go inside. That's what it looks like. They're just waiting to go inside. But that's kind of weird. I mean, you should have already been inside. Yeah, bro, pineapple for sure. Come on, I mean, pineapple, watermelon, like those are the best ones with some chamoy and some tajin, guys. You have to try it for sure. Chamoy and tajin. Stop listening to YouTubers. Awesome. Have a good one, guys. Pineapple on pizza? Oh, get away from here. I'm just kidding. You're fine, bro. But yeah, we're gonna destroy this soon. Tajin goes hard, bro. Tajin is the best, bro. You know, I put tajin on steak. That is, you're not gonna believe it. Once you're like preparing a steak, put tajin on it. Put tajin, bro. Like top. Oh, no way. Top it up with tajin. You won't believe it. You won't believe it, bro. You won't believe it for sure. RSBN.
Thank you very much for supporting us here against the
legacy media. We can't afford it no more. We're broke. Yuca with tajin. Crypto was better when the government was shut down. don't you feel it, bro? Like super manipulation, bro. As soon as we're out of the shutdown, everybody's saying, "Oh, bear market." No way, bro. No way. Oh man, it's crazy. Tajin on everything. Yeah, bro. Tajin on everything, bro. Hold that spice up again so we can read it. I'm an HEV. It's the one with reduced sodium. Okay. They have an ad right there, pretty good. Soon, we're gonna be hearing from Donald Trump, the one and only. Ethereum under $3,000. Ethereum under $3,000. 91,000 BTC. Everybody, 91,000 BTC. This will begin shortly. Crypto with Tajin. Yes, bro. Some XRP with Tajin. Yes. Get it, guys. This is the answer to your problems. Right here. Just eat some of this and your life is going to be much better. Oscar, give us some good news. But what if I give you some good news and the price keeps collapsing? Then I'm going to be the one responsible, and I don't want to be that person. Bro, as if the burn from the chart wasn't enough, you're putting Tajin on the pine. Oh, you guys are fun, bro. Meet Kevin call this. Come on, baby. Give it to us. Close the GME gap. Bitcoin CME gap 91,000. We're already at 91,000. U.S. debt increases.
Well, thank you very much.
There you
go. Good afternoon. I'm delighted to welcome FIFA President Gianni Infantino, one of the men of sport. He is an amazing man. He's done an incredible job with FIFA. Congratulations on the job. I hear you're setting records for the World Cup. Yeah. We'll talk about it, but you're setting records in ticket sales for the World Cup. And we love having you back at the White House, Johnny, and everybody that's with you. You guys have done fantastically. Wow. I also want to thank Vice President J.D. Vance. J.D., wherever you may be. Where's J.D.? He's coming right over. Marco Rubio was doing a fantastic job, and Secretary Kristi Noem was doing a fantastic job, as well as Representative Darren LaHood. Thank you all very much, Darren. This past summer, the United States hosted the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, and it was great. I actually went to a match, and it was amazing. That was a big success, too, wasn't it? It was sort of like a preview of what's to come. And now we're getting ready for an even bigger event next year as we host the official 2026 FIFA World Cup. That's the big one. The World Cup tournament. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, even for our country, because frankly, this goes to countries, everybody wants it. I guess it's going all over the world. Do you know who's getting it the next time around? Who's getting it? Has that been selected?
The next one will be Morocco, Spain, and Portugal.
That's good.
With 3 matches at the beginning in South America, Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. And the one after will be Saudi Arabia in 2034.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. Wow, that's great. Well, we have the king coming. Crown Prince is coming tomorrow. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase the greatness of American world-class athletic competition as we celebrate our nation's 250th year. The World Cup will also be an incredibly significant economic opportunity for countless American workers and businesses. It's expected to drive more than $30 billion, Johnny. I don't know about that. That sounds like a lot of money.
No, that's true.
Are you sure?
100%.
How much does the country get out of that?
30 billion.
20%? No, do we get like a percentage of the gross or anything?
That's for negotiation.
That's right. And it's going to create nearly 200,000 jobs for America. Since the creation of the White House FIFA task force earlier this year, Secretary Rubio's team at the State Department has worked tirelessly with the Department of Homeland Security to ensure that soccer fans from all around the world are properly vetted and able to come to the United States next summer easily. Before I took office, it would often take a year to get a travel visa, but because of the administration's hard work, now in more than 80% of the world, think of that, the wait time for a visa is 60 days or less. For those who intend to join us for the World Cup, I strongly encourage you to apply right away. And I want to thank FIFA Task Force and Secretary Rubio for the great job. Marco's doing a fantastic job in many ways, too. So I want to just thank you all for a great job. Marco, you're doing a great job. Beyond even this, we're also creating what we're calling the FIFA Prioritized Appointment Scheduling System. That's a hard one for most people to remember, but it's there nevertheless. And this will allow World Cup ticket holders with long wait times to opt with FIFA for a prioritized interview. And I've directed my administration to do everything within the power to make the 2026 World Cup an unprecedented success. I think it's going to be the greatest. And we are setting records on ticket sales. Nobody's ever really, and FIFA's never, you know, if you look at the numbers, nobody's ever seen anything like the kind of numbers we're doing. The early ticket sales are through the roof, and much of it is even sold out. So congratulations, Johnny. And I'd like to ask Johnny to say a few words. He's really done an incredible job. He's got unbelievable spirit and personality and talent and intelligence, I always like to say, because it's all a part of it. But the job you've done is based on what's happening, unprecedented. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you, President. Thank you very much. I would like to start really by thanking you, Mr. President, Secretary Rubio, Secretary Noem, Andrew, your entire team for approving and making this very important announcement today. The FIFA Pass is being announced, the prioritized appointment scheduling system. That's the way people will remember it. So if you have a ticket for the World Cup, you can have a prioritized appointment to get your visa, because we said it the very first time we met, Mr. President, America welcomes the world. America will welcome the world here next year. We will have between 6 and 7 million tickets sold for the matches. We'll have between 5 and 10 million people coming to America from all over the world to enjoy the World Cup. And with this FIFA Pass, we can make sure that those who buy a ticket that are legitimate football fans or soccer fans, they can come and attend the World Cup in the best conditions, starting from getting their visa and then coming, of course, in the country to enjoy. You mentioned the economic impact, the 30 billion, 200,000 jobs, and this is just for the World Cup, and we will build on that to make soccer even greater here. You are the number one country in the world, the United States of America, Mr. President. You have to be the number one country as well in the number one sport in the world. So we have to work for that, and we will do that, and the World Cup will be very, very significant in this respect. So big thank you to you, to the White House Task Force, to everyone involved, and we are celebrating next year not just the 250 years, but also the greatest and most inclusive World Cup ever. We'll have 6 billion people watching. We have the draw coming up on the 5th of December here at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. 1 billion people watching the draw. to find out who plays whom and where. We have 32 teams already qualified. Before or by tomorrow night, we'll have 42 out of 48 qualified. So a quarter of the world will be here, and we are looking very much forward. So thanks for the support, thanks for the great work, and always happy to be here at home, if I can say that.
You are home. We are. This is a beautiful trophy right there.
Yeah.
You are. And a big part of it, too. Marco, would you say a few words?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. First of all, for getting the games, because this happened in your first term when the Cup came here, and it's a major undertaking. So we've deployed over 400 additional consular officers around the world to deal with that, in some cases doubling the size of the consular presence in our embassies in certain countries. And the good news now is that about 80% of the world you can get an appointment within 60 days. It used to take, half a year or longer, and now sometimes it took, now you can get it in less than 2 months, where in places it took over a year. In places, for example, like Brazil and Argentina, it took over a year to get an appointment. Now you can get in less than 2 months. So our advice to everybody is, if you have a ticket for any of the games, you need to apply if you haven't done so as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last minute. Your ticket is not a visa. It doesn't guarantee admission to the U.S. It guarantees you an expedited appointment. You're still going to go through the same vetting. We're going to do the same vetting as anybody else would get. The only difference here is we're moving them up in the queue. We're moving them up faster. But my advice to everyone that's watching around the world is, if you intend to come to the games, you have to have a ticket. You need to apply. Apply as soon as possible. You're going to get your interview within, 6 to 8 weeks, and move forward from there. Don't wait till the last minute to do it. Thank you.
Mr. Congressman, would you like to say something?
Well, first of all, Mr. President, none of this would have happened without your leadership securing this during your first term. I tell my colleagues all the time, this will be the largest sporting event in the history of the world. We expand from 32 to 48 teams for the first time ever. We're doing it with Mexico and Canada, but obviously the 11 host cities will be here in the United States, and it's going to have a $30 billion impact economically in this country. And so it has been a team effort by everybody, but I also want to thank President Infantino and obviously you, Mr. President, and your entire team, Andrew and Nick and everybody. It is going to be an unbelievable sporting event next summer.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Andrew, would you like to say something?
Sure. I think
we'll have somebody much more important.
much more important. And honestly, without her work, without Secretary of State Rubio's work in the State Department, this would not happen. Without your leadership and your vision, this would not have happened. I think 2 key points. One that the Secretary of State already highlighted. This is a welcoming message to the world without going around the safety and security procedures. It's so key to make sure that this World Cup is safe and secure, and the White House Task Force is working every day to make sure that's the case. And also, as Congressman LaHood said, the economic benefits for American businesses, both small and large, from a $30 billion event like this. So really, thanks to all the White House Task Force members, from Secretary Rubio to Secretary Noem, 2 notice of funding opportunities that went out to the cities and states last month were really key from the safety and security perspective, to Deputy Chief of Staff Luna, who is integral in this whole process, to the White House Task Force members that are standing in the back of the room today and that couldn't be here. Without your hard work, this would not have happened, and I really can't thank you enough for really the best team I've ever been a part of. And also to FIFA, to the President Gianni Infantino, my good friend Carlos Cordiero, your desire to make this World Cup the best yet, it's contagious. Every single day I come in and think, what can we do to make this even better? And Mr. President, your vision more than anything. I think it takes a unique visionary to be able to go and see a sporting event and realize that this can be one of the greatest cultural events in world history. And I think there are very few people, aside from the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, that can do that undertaking. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Christy?
Well, Mr. President, thank you for Andrew. Thank you for making him the head of our FIFA task force. He's fantastic. And Nick has been a rock star in facilitating all of our meetings, getting everybody together and making sure that we're prepared to host this event. And it's going to be the world's largest sporting event ever hosted, and it's happening under your leadership. So every department has been working, but the Department of Homeland Security is working on making sure people can travel here safely. They know that they're welcome to the United States, that each of these events will be cooperative events with our cities to make sure that security needs are met. We put out over $600 million worth of grants to the 11 host cities that they'll have the advantage to partner on technologies and screening technologies, drone technology, counter UAS as well will be implemented. So we'll be prepared to host it safely, but also with Marco's leadership at the State Department, making sure the people that come in on these tourist visas are coming in thoroughly vetted, just like anyone who would travel here, and they would come and enjoy our country, and then they would go home and go home in a timely manner. So we're excited about that, and we're excited to partner with you, Mr. President, on creating memories for people around the world that will make them not just fall in love with the United States, but also fall in love with the sport of soccer.
Well, thank you. How many games are there, Johnny, total?
Total 104 games, meaning 104 Super Bowls in 1 month. This is the magnitude of the event.
When you think
it is, it's incredible.
It's going to be the biggest sporting event we've ever had. It's like having 104, or even if you cut it in half, 50, 60 Super Bowls, right? That's okay too. Any questions, please?
Mr. President, can you just take us through this FIFA Pass idea that you guys are talking about here? How exactly is it going to work for ticket holders to this big event that the United States is hosting?
I'll let my guys do that because they can do it much better. And either one of you two, Nick, would you like to talk about it?
Sure. Well, Mr. President, without your leadership, this would not happen. And we came in 10 months. We have a system that's going to welcome the world. The greatest host in the history of the world is going to host the world here. Basically, this system allows folks with a FIFA ticket purchased through FIFA to go through the FIFA portal. That is then going to get prioritized with the State Department, so that those appointments are going to be had before existing appointments, so that people, when they buy tickets, they have confidence that they're going to be able to come to the games and spend their money and travel this country and do all the things that they want to do and enjoy the game. So it's an incredible vision that the president executed here. Within 10 months, we started with really not that much. And so this whole team here, with the president's guidance, has made this possible. It's going to be the greatest games in the history of the world.
Okay, do you have that?
Yes, yes.
Not too complicated. Daniel, please. Daniel?
Mr. President, you're talking about the economic impact of this. Billions and billions of dollars. This builds on the framework and the groundwork that you've built already up for a major year in 2026. Deregulation, energy independence, tax cuts, historic amounts of private sector investments. What do you envision for the 2026 economy when this event comes to town next year, too, on top of everything else?
Yeah, it's just a huge economic boon to this. You know, we had a little shutdown that was caused by the Democrats, and this will make up for it many times over, so that's good. But I think it's the importance of the event all over the world. The world is watching, and it really is. It's like having, many Super Bowls, actually. Each game is almost a Super Bowl. Some of them are, I guess you could say, bigger than Super Bowls. I guess when you get to the finals, it's of that level or more. Much more. Worldwide, I think it's got to be more. So that's great. When Johnny and I made the deal, I never thought I was going to be president because I was supposed to be retired by that time. And I got a little lucky. So I'm very honored to have it. And we have the Olympics coming, too. That'll be great. And the 250 is going to be right out on the lawn. You're going to have a UFC event with Dana White and his people. He's going to have the greatest card they've ever assembled. I was talking to Dana White the other day, and they're going to have the greatest card they've ever assembled, Johnny. So you'll be sitting up there with me, Darren. We'll be watching it right opposite the front door of the White House. It's going to be on June 14th. So it's really going to be an amazing period of time. But this is something very, very special. World Cup. All my life I've heard about it. Yep.
Mr. President, I have a question about Venezuela, but can I just first ask, the help of the president's always news. Your voice sounds a little rough. Are you feeling all right?
I feel great. I was shouting at people because they were stupid about something having to do with trade in a country, and I straightened it out. But I blew my stack at these people.
Well, it sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela? You suggested...
Sounds there's the what?
It sounds like there's a follow-up there, but can I ask you about Venezuela?
I thought you said there was a polyp, and I said, I don't want to hear that.
Okay. You suggested you've made a decision about what you want to do next about Venezuela. I understand you don't want to tip your hand. Is there anything you're ready to rule out at this point? Are you ruling out U.S. troops on the ground?
No, I don't rule out that. I don't rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela. They dumped hundreds of thousands of people into our country from prisons. Nobody knows better than this young lady right here. She's done an incredible job with Tom Homan and all of your people. It's amazing. We have a tight border right now. Nobody comes in. But we had millions of people pouring through. A year ago, we had millions of people pouring through our border. and many of them came from Venezuela, including Tren de Aragua, the gang. And I guess what I'm hearing, Christy, is that's as bad a gang as there is anywhere in the world.
It's the worst.
Is that
Absolutely,
actually
sir. Absolutely, they are the worst.
I mean, they're worse than MS-13.
They're killers. They massacre people. They cut them up into pieces and they bury them in their communities where they grew up. They're horrible people.
Now, we had a lot of them, and many of them, most of them, pretty soon, most of them are going to be out. But they sent them in like we're a dumping ground. So I'm not in love with the people running Venezuela. I love Venezuela. I love the people of Venezuela. But what they've done to this country, and I really say this, what Biden and the Democrats have done to this country can never, ever be forgotten.
You suggested Maduro wants to talk. Are you prepared to speak with him directly? Would you commit to doing that before you order strikes?
Yeah, I probably would talk to him. Yeah, I talk to everybody.
Mr. President, Paul Garrett, was that what you were referring to? Was that India?
Rebecca Zunkel with Blaze News. So in a recent interview, you had made some remarks about H-1B visas. You said about H-1B visas. Yeah. You said that there were certain talents that Americans needed to outsource to foreign workers. Could you clarify?
Until they learn that, yeah. Like, for instance, if you're going to be making chips, we don't make chips too much here anymore, but we are going to be in a period of a year. We're going to have a big portion of the chip market. But we have to train our people how to make chips because we didn't do it. We used to do it, and then foolishly we lost that business to Taiwan. Very, very foolishly, because if they had a president that thought like I did, they would not have let that happen. But it's all coming back. I think we're going to have within a few years, we're going, and not because of the CHIPS Act. The CHIPS Act was a disaster for this country. We gave away billions of dollars to other countries and other locations and companies. And all they did was rob our money. But because of tariffs, the chips are coming back. Chip makers are all coming back. And I think within a very short period of time, we're going to have maybe even the majority of the chip making in the world will be right in the United States, where it should have been all along. But because we had people that didn't believe in tariffs, they believed in them, but they didn't know how to use them, we would have had nobody leading our country right now. And instead, you have almost 100% of the chips are made in Taiwan. It's so disgraceful. The good news is it's all coming back. Yeah, please.
Mr. President,
the gentleman in the back.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to just follow up on Venezuela. In these talks with Maduro, is there anything that he could say or do that would allow you to feel like he could stay with your support? Is there anything that he could say that you would be, okay, you can stay with me?
It's hard to say that. You know, the question's a little bit tricky. I don't think it was meant to be tricky. It's just that, look, he's done tremendous damage to our country, primarily because of drugs, but really because we have that problem with other countries too. But more than any other country, the release of prisoners into our country has been a disaster. He's emptied his jails. Others have done that also. He has not been good to the United States. So we'll see what happens. At a certain period of time, I'll be talking to him.
Mr. President, can I just follow up? You mentioned your voice and you were shouting about trade. Which country in particular upset you? Was it India?
No, a country wanted to try and renegotiate the terms of their trade deal. And I wasn't happy about it.
Well, which country was it? People want to know.
Why would I say that to you? I can't believe it.
Mr. President, on the World Cup, if you would, Seattle and the World Cup. The new mayor-elect of Seattle is a Democratic Socialist. Seattle has...
Or beyond. I watched her.
Right, Seattle has
that's more than socialism.
Right, Seattle has 6 World Cup games. How close are you going to be watching that city with the crime in that city?
Well, if we think, and I'll have to speak to John about this, but if we think that the mayor of L.A. is incompetent, everybody knows that. You know that I was there, I guess, 2 years ago, and we got all the federal permits taken care of, far more complex than the state permits and the city permits. And Lee Zeldin, who's a superstar, got everything taken care of. The toughest part, having to do with the fires, that should have never happened. If they let the water come in, it wouldn't have happened, right? Do you know that people aren't building their houses yet? I mean, can you imagine that? And if we didn't go in early on, Christy, I think we could say it. Well, the head of their police department said it. They were unable to handle. You would have had, not only did you have the fires, but you would have had total insurrection in Los Angeles. And if we didn't go in And the head of, the gentleman, he said it, and he said it strongly. He said we could not have done it without the federal government. We did a great job. If we think there's going to be a sign of any trouble, I would ask Johnny to move that to a different city. We have a lot of cities that would love to have it number one, and we'll do it very safely. So if we think there's a problem in Seattle where you have a very, very liberal/communist mayor, I would say, it's certainly beyond just liberal. I watched her over the weekend. Wow, that's another beauty we got there. But if we think there's going to be a problem, Johnny, can I say we will move? I don't think you're going to have this problem, but we're going to move the event to someplace where it's going to be appreciated and safe.
Yeah, well, I think safety and security is the number one priority for a successful World Cup. We can see today that people have trust in the United States. When we see at the ticket sales, we sold, record-breaking figures of tickets, almost 2 million already sold out of 2 million that we've been selling. This is because people, they know that they will be coming here and they will experience a safe and secure World Cup. This is the responsibility, of course, of the government, of Secretary Norm, of everyone. And obviously, we will discuss. We are working together. We have a task force for this, and we must ensure that all fans coming from abroad or being here, they can experience a celebration of coming together of the sport, and this goes only with 100% safety.
We are communicating with all these mayors about what their responsibilities are. They know the safety and security of these events is their number one responsibility, and we'll be there. The president's always there to keep Americans safe, but he also makes sure the people that know their responsibilities and that they're prepared to host these events and do so in a safe manner.
Is there a timeline that would have an exit?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
There was some news this morning from an Axios report that Senator Ted Cruz was laying the groundwork for a potential 2028 presidential run. Could I get your reaction to, could you see yourself supporting Senator
Well, he's a friend of mine. I haven't spoken to him about it. It's a little early. It's 3.25 years. It's a long time. But he's a very good guy. He's a very good friend of mine. You remember we had quite a campaign against Ted, and it worked out quite nicely. Let's see, where are we? Oh, we're in the other one. But I'm not that surprised to hear that.
Mr. President, on the tariff exemptions, you had some recently on a variety of different goods. I'm wondering, are you ruling out going forward no more exemptions on products? You're mentioning a disagreement you had earlier.
We've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariff money. We're going to be issuing dividends later on, somewhere prior to, probably in the middle of next year, a little bit later than that, of thousands of dollars for individuals of moderate income, middle income. We're going to pay down debt. We have a lot of money from tariffs. If we didn't have tariffs, this nation would be in serious trouble. And we've taken in tremendous amounts of money. And you know what's more important than that? We've protected our businesses from being raided like we did with the chip business. Now we're bringing them all back. But we had 100% of the chip industry. And then they left. They went mostly to Taiwan and South Korea, but mostly Taiwan. And they have almost 100%. And we're going to have, within a short period of time, a big percentage of the chip business are coming back because of tariffs, because they don't want to pay the tariffs, because the tariffs will be very steep if they don't come back, and they've committed to come back. As you probably heard, Apple is now up to $700 billion. We have NVIDIA at $600 billion. We have tremendous amounts of money pouring in. Our country has become amazing again and really, really rich again. I will say this. We have a decision we're waiting for. It's a very big decision. The numbers that we've taken in, if you talk about investments, is trillions, not with a B, not with an M, millions, but trillions of dollars. I can't imagine having to give that money back on something that we're allowed to do. And the ones that are fighting us are countries, largely. They're back in countries that have been ripping us off for years, using tariffs to rip us off. and now we're able to defend ourselves. It really is a matter of national security, because economic security is national security. So I think you're going to see another thing happening. I think you'll see food prices. They've come down very substantially since Biden. But I think you're going to see food prices coming down very substantially.
Saudi Arabia, tomorrow you're hosting
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. Are you planning to sell F-35s to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
And also, are you looking at doing a similar security agreement like you did with
Yeah, no, I am planning on doing that. Yeah.
You're gonna
They
sell
want to
the
buy. They've been a great ally. They've got to like us very much. Look at the Iran situation, what we did in terms of obliterating, we obliterated their nuclear capability. Yeah, I will say that we will be doing that. We'll be selling F-35s. Yeah.
Mr. President, you clarified something that you posted on Truth Social last night. You urged House Republicans to vote in favor of this Epstein release bill they're going to vote on tomorrow. I just want to be super clear on your position. Do you want to see that pass the Senate? Would you sign that bill if it gets to your desk?
I do want to. Here's what I want. We have nothing to do with Epstein. The Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman, you look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others. They're all Democrats. All I want is for people to recognize the great job that I've done on pricing, on affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower, on energy, on ending 8 wars and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So I'm all for it. We've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that. Unfortunately, like with the Kennedy situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough. With Kennedy, we gave everything, and it wasn't enough. With Martin Luther King, we gave everything, and it's never enough. We've already given, I believe the number is 50,000 pages. 50,000 pages. And it's just a Russia hoax as it pertains to the Republicans. Now, I believe that some of the people that we mentioned are being looked at very seriously for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein, but they were with him all the time. I wasn't at all. And we'll see what happens. What I just don't want Epstein to do is detract from the great success of the Republican Party, including the fact that the Democrats are totally blamed for the shutdown. They cost our country hundreds of billions of dollars with that, at a lot of inconvenience. So I'm for I don't. They can do whatever they want. We'll give them everything. Sure, I would. Let the Senate look at it. Let anybody look at it. But don't talk about it too much, because honestly, I don't want to take it away from us. It's really a Democrat problem. The Democrats were Epstein's friends, all of them. And it's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax. And I don't want to take it away from really the greatness of what the Republican Party has accomplished over the last period of time. Yeah.
Mr. President, on affordability, the shutdown is now over, and administration officials had said when the shutdown ends, they'll reevaluate the farmer relief. Now we have the deal with China. So is the administration still looking to dish out farmer relief now that the government is back?
Yeah, we want to. I'm always going to help our farmers.
So are you still looking to do
I would do that, yeah. If they need relief, we'll be there for them. We're going to always be for our farmers.
So what are you waiting
Yeah,
for?
please, in the back.
Mr. President, just speaking of the economic impacts of FIFA and possibly moving to another city, some games if you feel there's crime, is there like a timeline that you would do that? Because these cities, there's sponsorships, there's economic impacts for these communities.
Sure.
Is there
Well, the governors are going to have to behave. The mayors are going to have to behave. In the case of California, you have a problem. You have high crime, and you have a place that just suffered great fires and everything else, and they didn't do a very good job. And if we didn't go in from the crime standpoint, you would have had a disaster. It was not going to be handled properly. It wasn't able to be. The head of the police said as I said, without the federal government, they could not have done it. So here's the story. I love Los Angeles. If they want help during this, I would love to send in National Guard or whoever's necessary to help them. I want it to be great. I'd love it to be in Los Angeles. I love the place. It's a natural for Los Angeles. If we think there's going to be crime, if we are obstructed by the governor, and maybe he won't obstruct, maybe it'll be great. But I'd love him for him to call and say, we'd like to have some extra help. Because if there's even a hint of a problem, we want to get in there before the problem occurs. We want to make it totally safe for Johnny and FIFA and all of the great people that are going to be there. And I think that's going to happen. I would be honored to help California if they're going to have a problem. And if they think they're going to have a problem, they should say so. We can be in there in 24 hours notice and do a great job.
But does that mean by the year, by the end of the year, by the end of the first quarter?
Well, I think this: if they would tell us now, they're not going to have a problem. Because if we go in, they don't have a problem. Look at D.C. There's no crime in D.C. anymore, and D.C. was a mess. If they want us to go in, I'd like them to tell us right now. But if we go in, there will be no problem. There will be no crime.
What's the message then to local businesses who are considering sponsoring this?
Tell the governor to ask for federal help. We'd love to help them.
Mr. President, are you planning on also potentially launching strikes in Mexico or putting American troops or American personnel into Mexico to deal with it?
Would I launch strikes in Mexico to stop drugs? It's okay with me. Whatever we have to do to stop drugs. Mexico is... Look, I looked at Mexico City over the weekend. There's some big problems over there. If we had to, would we do there what we've done to the waterways? There's almost no drugs coming in through our waterways anymore. Isn't it down like 85%?
It is, sir.
I don't know who the 15% would be. It wouldn't be you.
No, that's for sure.
No, I think it's been...
Tons and tons of
You would say
drugs.
that's a big signal.
Absolutely.
We have almost no drugs coming into our country by the sea, by, the waterways. And you know why, okay? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Would I do that on the land corridors? I would absolutely. Look, every boat we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. Not to mention the destruction of families. These families are decimated forever. The mother, the father, the children, they never recover really from it. When you lose somebody like the way they live, if you lose them, but the way they die is horrible.
Is it something?
So when we knock out a boat and we save 25,000 lives, that's great. Now, do I feel the same way about the corridors that they use? We know every one of them. We have every one of those corridors under major surveillance. We have nobody coming in through our southern border. But we know exactly how they get their things here, how they get the drugs here, fentanyl, cocaine. Colombia has cocaine factories where they make cocaine. Would I knock out those factories? I would be proud to do it personally. I didn't say I'm doing it, but I would be proud to do it because we're going to save millions of lives by doing it.
Would you only do it with Mexico's permission, though?
I wouldn't answer that question. I've been speaking to Mexico. They know how I stand. We're losing hundreds of thousands of people to drugs. So now we've stopped the waterways, but we know every route. We know every route. We know the addresses of every drug lord. We know their address. We know their front door. We know everything about every one of them. They're killing our people. That's like a war. Would I do it? I'd be proud to. I'd probably go into Congress and say, hey, and you know what? The Democrats and the Republicans would both agree, unless they're crazy. And they are a little crazy on the Democrat side. But we have lost hundreds of thousands of people a year, death. And that's not talking about family destruction, that's talking about death. And much of it comes through Mexico. So let me just put it this way. I am not happy with Mexico, okay? Thank you very much,
Thank you,
everybody.
Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Oh, boy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys. Who are you yelling at? Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Thank you.
Next week.
I gotta tell you, fam, I'm Mexican, as some of you know, all of you know, and we need help in Mexico. I mean, dude, it's bad. It's bad. It's just nasty, bro. And obviously, I could tell you more, but that's not the point of this. Okay, the fam. I ate I ate pretty good. I ate pretty good. And I'm happy that we were able to finish what you came for, and with no interruptions, with no problems. I think everything was fine. Everything was fine. Where's my Lamborghini? It's in Italy. It's in Italy. Go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and buy it. There's more ETFs launching. Pretty good. That's nice. Ethereum falls below $3,000 first time since July 2025. Guys, we're seeing some small green candles. Not bad at all. We're gonna go ahead and send one out little bit. We have 4,000 votes. Crazy so much manipulation is winning. Crazy so much manipulation is winning right now. Okay, pretty nice. Very good, very good. Drop a like, everybody. Consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bells. Oscar Ramos Live for you. We just ate some chipotle. We just ate some pineapple with tajin. And right now, it's just a big, nice preparation for what's ahead of us. More pain, or finally the bottom has been reached. CME gap filled below $92,000. And right now we're seeing, let's go back to Bitcoin. BTC. This is Bitcoin right now. Oh my goodness. 15 minutes right there. Go ahead and take a look at that. While I take a look at the comments here. So taking a look at the comments. We're broke, Oscar, with 60,000 coins. You didn't share the burrito. I still have some, Cyber. If you want, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm Irish, and my wife is Mexican. Beautiful people and beautiful country. No, yeah, I mean, Mexico is, of course, an amazing country. It's just that the people running it suck. I'm Mexican, I can say that, and I don't mind anybody. I mean, I'm Mexican, and I can say that. I can totally say it. Cyber in the house, let's go. I enjoy this channel, but who are we kidding? Crypto market is done. And exactly why you're saying it, that's why we're bullish. That is why we're really, really, really bullish, because people are losing hope, and you gotta be greedy when others are fearful, just the way it is. But right now, Texas, baby. Texas strong. We're staying here, fam. We're staying here. 2,000 tariff stimulus checks will be distributed by middle of 2026. Money coming in. Money coming in. Oh, boy. Okay, my friends, that's what I have for you today. That's what I have for you today. More and more coming up, but for sure, it's been a tough one right now. An XRP at 361. That's the next step. We're heading in the right direction, guys. Bottom is soon, and the pump shall be coming. I want to say thank you to all my moderators, my admins, the new members, and the new viewers. You guys are incredible. I hope you enjoyed today watching Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, talking about FIFA and more. That's why we do this, because after he speaks and everybody, around him goes and talks about the topic, we get the Q&A and we get to hear from him, talking again about Epstein and Venezuela and Mexico and, the economy and more. So there you have it. Drop a like, links down below. Join me on BTCC, buying the dip, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Thanks, everybody. Love you all. Time to rest. I'm going to go ahead and take a nap and come back strong. God bless you all. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thank you, Lord. JB, I see you. Planets, I see you. Dangerous Dave, I see you guys. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you, guys. I'll see you on Discord, too. I'll see you on Discord. There you go. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Closing the poll. Closing the poll. And this.